Okay, it is just over 1 minute, or just under 1 minute before showtime officially here on the East Coast in these United States. And it's a beautiful day. And it's going to be a beautiful day in a few weeks. Well, I guess about 4 weeks or so, a little less than 4 weeks for the Little Treasury event, Little Treasury Jewelers event. And so we're going to be talking about that. And it is the timeout. I'll give the exact dates here. It is the timeout, the original watch fair, and it is Friday, October 13th and Saturday, October 14th. So, yeah, there you go. It's going to be a fantastic event. It always is. Steve knows how to host an amazing event. And so we're looking forward to it. So let me know what you guys think about that. We got some live viewers right now. We don't have any comments in the chat yet. And it is officially showtime. It just turned over 5 o'clock. You can see there on that stunner, it's past 5 o'clock. And so, yeah, what do you guys think? Is it time for an event on Friday, October 13 and Saturday, October 14? Watches, refreshments, oysters, wardrobe contest. Can you imagine all that great food and drink? Great food and drink and camaraderie and fun and a wardrobing contest, a watch wardrobing contest. And I'm wearing a shirt by Kenneth Gordon, part of their heirloom collection, heirloom. And this has antique cars on it. And sometimes there's some cool cars at Steve's event. Just saying. Sometimes the wardrobing guys take it to the vehicles as well. Durr's in the house. He says, hopefully they get rid of all the Grand Seikos and bring in Rolex. Oh, I got to take the Bitcoin brand off of this because this is not a Bitcoin branded show. This is a Mid-Atlantic TV. Mid-Atlantic TV show. So yes, hopefully they get rid of all the Grand Seikos and bring in Rolex. We'll see. I heard a rumor. This is just a rumor. This is not confirmed. But I heard a rumor that Steve is starting to stock more pre-owned Rolexes, that people are getting desperate to sell their Rolexes because the market is crashing. You know, the bubble has popped and those premium prices that Rolexes were going for, you know, significantly over retail for most of their sports models and some of their other models as well. That all is pretty much history. Now you can go into an AD and buy them for retail. And so now some of the gray market dealers and some of the speculators, some of the people that gobbled up a bunch of those steel Rolexes thinking that they were going to get rich, they're starting to approach Steve and they want to do deals. They want to sell some watches. So stay tuned. You might be seeing a lot of really cool Rolexes for sale at Little Treasury Jewelers. So you heard it here first on the channel. Kyle's in the house. He has made some deals on Rolexes. He's gotten some really good deals on Rolexes, and some of which he's moved on to other happy owners. A couple of which I believe he still has. I think he's wearing a Rolex Submariner. Notice I did not say Rolex Submariner date because I believe he has an actual Rolex Submariner. That is the way to go. And I think he has another no date Rolex. If memory serves me correctly, I think he has something like an Oyster Perpetual with no date. I think that's the case. And I think, if I remember correctly, furthermore, I think Leslie has a no-date Rolex. Share in the comments, Kyle, if I'm correct on any of that. And so let's shift back here. So here's the information. Friday, October 13, Saturday, October 14. I am planning on going on Saturday. I'm not sure if I'm going also on Friday or not. I just haven't decided that, but tentatively, I'm planning on Saturday. So let me know what you guys think. Are any of you all going to the event? And you can comment after the fact. I know a lot of people don't watch these shows live. They watch later. So feel free to comment after the fact if you're going. And if you are going, you want to RSVP. There is a link on the little Treasury page. I put a link in the description that you can go to where that event is posted, and you can RSVP on that event. Luxury Bazaar won't even take Grand Seikos because they are unsellable and it costs more to ship them, but they would offer to buy them. Well, here's the thing about Grand Seikos. You buy Grand Seikos, this is the thing. I want you to try to grasp this. Take a breath, take a moment and grasp what I'm saying. You buy a Grand Seiko to wear. See here? You buy it to wear because it's stunning and it keeps great time and it's robust and it looks fantastic on wrist. That's why you buy a Grand Seiko. You don't buy it to sell it. You buy it to wear it. Imagine that. Lost Spring Bar, I think he might have sold an 002. I think he might have actually sold one of these 002s. I bet you he's kicking himself for doing that. He says, "Hey, fellas. And I think Lost Spring Bar will probably be at the event. Again, here's the dates of the event. Let us know in the comments if you can make it. If you can make it." Kyle, whoops, I skipped him. Kyle says, true, all of those are no dates. There you go. No date. I'm a big fan of not having the date on a watch these days because let's face it, we always have a phone with us. We can always look real quick to see what the date is. I want to have the time on my wrist because I don't want to have to fumble with my phone, wherever it may be, and to check the time. This is a stupid argument that a lot of people make about you don't need a watch because you got a phone. You can just check the time on your phone. These are the same people that the screen's broken on their phone because they're fumbling with their phone to try to check the time and they drop their phone and they break the screen. Okay? Hey, guys, it's better to keep the phone secure somewhere, either in a pocket or a holster. I prefer a holster. And when you need the time, especially when your hands are full, just look at your watch. Okay? Fewer broken screens that way. Oh boy, I don't know. I just have to try to keep these people on the right path. And sometimes it's difficult. Lost Spring Bar. Is Steve coming onto the show to discuss a new event? Next Friday, he has told me he will be on the show next Friday. 1 week from today, the Stevester. I want everybody to be there. This is a tickler show. This is a primer. This is a primer to let people know when the event is. Next week, we're going to have the Stevester on. Someone should dress up an oyster for the contest and wear a Rolex oyster as a oyster. Very good move, Durr. Very good. You will probably win the contest if you do that. Yes. I can't find any O2s for sale for under retail anymore. Well, there were never very many for sale, but usually there was at least one. But you can't find any right now? Interesting. That is very interesting. Okay. Lost Spring Bar is great. He says, sold my 002 at the bottom, just like my BTC. That's what you do. You buy high and you sell low. That's what most people do with their investments. Absolutely. They buy high and they sell low. Not uncommon. I'll be out, you mean at the event. I'll be out at the event on Saturday. Okay, I'll be out at the event on Saturday. Okay, you could have just said I'll be at the event on Saturday. But anyway, remember, fewer words is better, especially when I'm trying to read them with my old eyes. Okay, speaking of fewer words, here's a paragraph. But everyone is talking about how all of these Grand Seikos are breaking down and need to be sent out for service. It's all over the internet. People are talking about the lemon lower grind. Yes. I mean, if they bought a lemon, I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know what I can tell them, but Yeah, that's a problem, and if you do that, if you have problems with your watch, you you wanna make sure that you bought it from a reputable AD who will stand behind the product, and I can tell you that Steve stands behind his product 100%. Anything he sells you, 100%. Uh, and I know this firsthand because I've talked to people that have dealt with him that have had issues. I've had comments on some of my videos, and he backs up anything he sells 100%. And he's told me, and I believe him, I have no reason not to believe him, that he's seen very low failure rates with Grand Seiko, especially with the spring drive. So, statistically, some people are going to have problems with whatever they buy, right? But I think it's a very low percentage as far as people that have problems with Grand Seiko spring drive watches. Now, the mechanical watches, I know they don't, some of them don't keep the greatest time. I mean, that's just the way of the world. I think Rolex does have an edge when it comes to mechanical watches, uh, keeping good time. But of course, they can't compete with the spring drive. So yeah, I would go with the spring drive or the 9F movement if I was going Grand Seiko. And I've said that many times. Okay, Lost Spring Bar. Can we do the Craig dunk tank this year? I think we'll see be on board with that for sure. Well, there has to be something in it for me if we're going to do that, especially if I'm going to be wearing like an expensive suit or something that will have to be professionally cleaned. Kyle's in the house, just a couple, and they are around 25 to 26K. Wow. Okay. Talk to people who have had to send 231 in for service. Interesting. Interesting. That would be very unusual. Okay, let's see. I heard Chris is bringing in mail order brides from Thailand as the judges for the wardrobe contest because Barbara Colombo will be at the National Socialist Convention of Joe Biden BLM supporters. Oh my gosh. We do get some breaking news on the channel here. Breaking news on the channel. So again, here, let me shift to this screen here. Here it is. And if you look here, if you go down, he has a RSVP now button right there. Okay. And so that's what you do. You go to the website, you click on events, and then you'll see this event, you click on it, and then go ahead and you RSVP, and you can get involved in the program. And I'm not, hey, just the lunch that he serves, the barbecue, all the other goodies that he serves, my gosh, it's worth it just going for a free lunch. But do beware that, let me show you his Facebook page here. Do beware that he always has some really tempting things, whether it be for the lady, the nice diamond rings, or whether it be things like the faux pay. And I have a faux pay in here too. Let me take it out so you guys can see it. They got a faux pay here. See if I can get it out. There we go. Get a faux pay out. And get the white gold part here too. Where is it? Yeah, here's the white gold part. You can see it there. And the little clasp. They have a little white gold thing that has faux pay on it. And if you look with a magnifying glass, each link has faux pay on it also. It's amazing the detail that faux pay, both bracelets and necklace have. Let's see here. Lost Spring Bar. Craig, will you be working the event or attending as a guest? Are you doing the wardrobe contest? Okay, so from from the discussions I've had with Steve so far, I think he wants me to shoot the video of the wardrobing contest. So I will probably be shooting the video of that. So I won't be in that event. and I might take some other photos, you know, during the event, but I'm not planning on working the whole time. I'm planning on working less than I have in the past and having more time to actually look at watches and actually, talk to people there and so on. This is the problem with covering an event, shooting photos and videos and so forth at events like this is you really don't get time to enjoy the event that much. You're kind of focused on shooting the photos and the videos, and you know you don't get to enjoy the event as much, and that goes for any event. So yeah, I'm going to try to do less work and more fun. I need to get another faux pay bracelet. Sold that at the bottom too. Did you sell your faux pay? Please, Lost Spring Bar. Please tell me you didn't sell the faux pay. For God's sakes. And I will say this, um, the necklace I wear all the time. I literally never take it off. And I was never a necklace or bracelet person, right? But I wear this all the time and it doesn't bother me at all. I've gotten totally used to it. It's very well made. It's very robust. So I think it'll last the rest of my life, no problem. And it is 18 karat yellow gold. So no, 18 karat yellow gold isn't like butter, it doesn't like break if you look at it or whatever. It's holding up just fine. Thank you. Now, this one I don't wear as often. This one I only tend to wear if I'm wearing the 002, which is not all the time. But if I go out and I'm dressed nice or whatever, yes, I'm going to be wearing both. If I'm dressed casually and I'm wearing the 002, which a lot of times I do, here it is. I do wear the 002 casually. A lot of times I will not be wearing this. This really looks better if I'm wearing long sleeves, where it's like kind of poking out and you're kind of seeing a little bit of it. It's a little bit over the top when I'm wearing short sleeves. It's just fully exposed and it's a little bit over the top. So a lot of times when I'm wearing short sleeves, I'm not wearing this, but I will wear this. Absolutely. With a polo shirt or with a shirt like I have on right now, I'll wear the 002 all the time. It's just so comfortable. It's the most comfortable watch I'm telling you that I've ever owned. Full stop. It just disappears on the wrist. And Kyle asked the question again, you sold the faux pay. During the house, I think he's got a faux pay, if I remember correctly. I hope he still has his faux pay. I hope he wears it to the event. Will Bree be at the event and doing the world famous moon swatch rap dance? I don't think Bree's going. She's in Miami right now, and I don't think she's planning on going, but you never know. You never know. Sold it to a guy in California who had a matching set of other faux pay stuff and needed the bracelet. Made pennies on the dollar on it. Wait a minute now. Are you telling me you sold it at a loss? You sold it at a loss in California? Is that what you're telling me? It must be nice to be able to just go through money like that. I wish you'd have told me. Maybe I'd have bought it. I can wear two of them. During the house, Lost Spring Bar sold the Grand Seiko on the faux pay and then got a 15K G-Shock collection. Oh, God. Well, he's just got he's got silly money, right? So he can kind of do whatever he wants. So there's that. Kyle in the house. Will Rachel be doing a show anytime soon? I got to talk to Rachel. And get her in here for a show because she was talking about setting up her stuff and starting to do some shows again, but she's so busy. She's not going to do that. I think the only way she's going to do a show is if she comes here to the studio and does it here. So I'm going to talk to her. Good suggestion, Kyle. 2 points for Kyle. It's true. I have one of the greatest G-Shock collections on the planet right now. And did you get the new Apple watch? Did you get the new Apple in titanium? The Apple Watch in titanium. That's the question. Is Lost Spring Bar getting that? Because that is intriguing. Okay, I'm not getting one because I have this titanium stunner right here. I have a titanium stunner that is robust. That is robust. Okay? Absolutely, positively robust. Let's see, during the house. Rachel's hot. I love it when she gets nasty and starts dropping four-letter words all over the place on the live stream. Yeah, she's a classy, good-looking, very attractive young lady, I have to say. Okay, now listen. Okay, so I got to get your opinion. Got to get an opinion from you guys. All right. Um, as you know, I had this piece here. You have to, when you deploy it, you gotta, oh, for crying out loud. But anyway, I'm not holding it correctly. But whenever I do things on a live stream, it doesn't work. Okay, so I got this, and it comes with a nylon sheath, right? A bigger version of this nylon sheath. Anyway, so what I did was I got on Etsy, and I got a sheath that's normally for a fixed blade knife. This one here. Okay. And what I did was I wet fitted it to this knife. So I soaked it in hot water. This is very stiff. If you hear this, very stiff leather. Okay. But I soaked it in hot water, and it gets pliable. Right. So then I wrapped the knife. First, I put 2 condoms on it so that water wouldn't get to it. Then I wrapped it with some tape. Then I put it in with the bolsters down, okay? I put it in here, and you can hear it snaps into place. Listen to this. It kind of snaps because the bolsters push this area out, and so it's got really good retention. It ain't going to come out of here, okay? It ain't going to come out no matter what you do, all right? So now you can still pull it out. You got to pull on it, right? Because again, it's got really good retention. But get this, if I flip it over, so let's say I'm in a scenario where I think I might need quick access to it. If I flip it over, it has a small amount of retention, but it comes out really quick, really easy, right? But just a really small amount of retention if I flip it over. So I got my cake and eat it too. If I'm carrying it in a scenario where I might lose the knife, where, I might get in a rough and tumble and it might fall out or whatever, then I can carry it this way with more retention. It ain't coming out of there no matter what, right? No matter what you do. Or if I really need access, again, I can flip it over. And now it comes out easier, right? So I thought this came out acceptably nicely. I sent a photo to my buddy, and he said, it looks ugly, right? I don't know. I didn't think it looked that bad, but what do you guys think? Let me know in the chat what you think about my wet fitted holster for this knife. Flip it over this way. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about my wet fitted holster for the knife? Okay. Lost spring bar. I don't own an Apple Watch, not getting it, but I did own the Ultra in titanium, and it's pretty nice. Okay, so wait a minute now. So the Ultra was already titanium. Was it grade 5 titanium? Because I think the new is grade 5 titanium. So is that just an announcement for the watch? The Apple Watch is now available in grade 5 titanium, and it was the Ultra already grade 5 titanium, or was it just regular titanium? I need to know the details here. I need to know the details. Durr's in the house. Lost Spring Bar and I both bought new titanium iPhones. Wait, titanium iPhones? Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Yes, the iPhone is now available in titanium, grade 5. Is the watch also grade 5 titanium? I need the details on this channel. We don't want to put out fake news on this channel, okay? No mini iPhone, I know. I know. I do not mind this size. This is just the Pro, not the Max Pro or whatever the heck. This is the normal size Pro, and I've gotten used to this size, but yeah, I wouldn't want one any bigger than that. And smaller might even be cool. But yeah, they're not going to do it this year. During the house, had to bust out the magnums to throw on had to bust out the magnums to throw on that blade. Okay. All right. Lost Spring Bar. Just unboxed the new iPhone 15 Pro Max in titanium. Whoa. Cool. Cool. How much lighter does it actually feel? Did you have the Max before? And now you have the Max, so we're comparing apples to apples. What's the weight difference? Because that would be your main advantage, right? Would be the weight. During the house, you could be like a priest doing an exorcism when they say the power of Christ compels you, and show your GS and say the power of GS repels you. The bad guys come around. Bad guys don't come around here because we've got security up the you know what. You look sensational. All right. We'll leave that comment up for a while. Sade, Kyle, when are you buying a real watch? Oh, he wants you to buy a date 8, Kyle. He wants you to buy a date 8. Kyle, let's get the scoop here. Which would you rather have, a new day date or the GMT Master in gold, the new GMT Master in yellow gold? Which would you pick if you walked into an AD and the AD had a 36 mil yellow gold date 8 with a nice dial choice, a 40 millimeter date 8 with a nice dial choice, in other words, the dial that you would like, or the GMT, the 2023 GMT yellow gold stunner. Which of those 3 watches would you take, assuming they were all the same price, and they're close to the same price? So the 36 mil is cheaper, I guess, but you know, I think the 40 mil and the GMT are pretty close. What would you do? Which one would you walk out with? Inquiring minds want to know. Lost spring bar in the house. I had the 14 Pro Max and now the 15 Pro Max. It's noticeably lighter, but not drastically lighter. Okay, so you can tell, but it's not, definitely not enough. Definitely not enough to make an upgrade worthwhile for that reason. Yeah, I think the main reason to upgrade is I think the cameras are improved. I think there's some decent improvements in the photography situation. Kyle, does Craig know about the GMTs? What GMTs? Did you already get one of the GMTs? Do tell. Did you already buy that gold GMT? Do tell. I wonder if Lost Spring Bar got a call from Aaron like a week later after he looked at that watch. I wonder if Aaron called him and said, "Oh, by the way, do you want to come in and pick up this GMT?" Is that what happened? Don't hold back on us here, folks. Let's shift to, let's show this event one more time, since that's what we're supposed to be doing, is promoting this event. Here we go. Timeout Watch Fair, Little Treasury Jewelers. You just go to littletreasury.com, click on events, and click on the listing for the event. Here, I'll go through the process here. Let's go back. Okay, you go to Little Treasury. L-I. Oh, come on. All right, let me put it in up here. Okay, you go to littletreasury.com. Then you click on events. Okay. Then you click on this Timeout Watch Fair. Then you scroll down and you click on RSVP now. That's it. That's all you got to do. All you gotta do and just tell 'em that Craig sent you, and you'll be treated like a VIP. You'll be treated like a VIP. Let's see here. Law Spring Bar says, "I haven't heard from Aaron since I stopped in to check it out." Hmm. Well, did you not impress her? Come on, tell us the story. Was she not impressed? Because if she was impressed, I think she would have called you back. Hmm. That's interesting. I would have thought she would have been impressed. We could have a situation on our hands. Live on the show here. We could have a situation where one of our VIPs was not respected by a Rolex AD. That's not acceptable. Maybe we should roll up on those people, roll up on them, and straighten these people out. What do you guys think? Law Spring Bar should be respected. What do you guys think about that? Um, do you have a job? Does who have a job? Hell no, I don't have a job. If I had a job, do you think I'd be here ratchet jawing? Lost Spring Bar. I told her I'd like the watch, but I wouldn't want it before you got one. So you'll get the call before me. Did you tell her that? Is that what you told her? That you wanted me to get it first? Well, that's very nice of you, if that's what you told her. But let's face it, we should both be able to get it. You should be able to get one now, and I should be able to get one next November when I want mine. Actually, I want it in October. So I want it 1 year from next month. So she should be able to give you that one now, okay? And then me still get mine. Come on. This should not be a problem. So let's get that straightened out, everybody. All right. Did we cover everything we need to cover? Let me know in the comments section if there's anything else we need to cover. I don't know what else. See if there's anything that I had on the other laptop from previous that we should show. Oh, there's the GMT that we're talking about. Wow. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And we didn't hear from Kyle which he would pick, right? We didn't hear from Kyle. That's a stunning piece. Yeah, that's a stunning piece. That's all I can say. These people with a box full of steel Rolexes, instead of that, they need to have their freaking head examined, if you ask me. I mean, come on. You'd have a box of steel watches instead of that? Oh, I don't want a gold watch. It'll scratch up too easily. I might lose some money on my investment if I actually wear it. Oh, God, help us. Okay, let's see what there is. I was at the Rolex AD about 2 weeks ago, and while I was there, I saw a stainless steel Submariner, full gold GMT, and a two-tone GMT, sold all within an hour. What? You're holding back on us this kind of information? Tell me what's going on. Were these actual watches out for sale and then people came in and bought them? Or were these watches that were already promised to people and they came in and picked them up? Come on, we need more detail on things like this. We live for these kinds of details because there's so much bad information out there. We want the real information here on this channel. Okay, I'm from Malaysia and I need money. I hear you. I hear you. Better get Bitcoin instead. Bitcoin, yeah, is the real money, is the real deal. Get Bitcoin. Craig, what's the future of Rolex watches? I hear more and more availability. Has their ego subsided yet? Um, we'll see. I mean, this has to play out a little bit more. The Chinese economy needs to crash and burn a little more. It's already starting to. It needs to crash and burn. We need to go into a recession here in this country, which looks like that's going to happen. And then we'll see. We'll see the real deal. I think it's going to go back to normal, which means you'll be able to walk into an AD and buy almost any model you want. You might have to go to a couple of ADs before you find the one you really want, but you'll be able to go in and buy it and maybe get a discount, you know, on a steel watch, maybe 10, 15% discount. On a gold watch, maybe upwards to 20, 30% discount. If it's one they've had in their window for a long time, like I bought a white gold day date, I got 40% off. Brand new watch. And it was an old priced watch too. So the price had already been raised on the newer ones, right? This was still the old price, and I got 40% off. That's the only reason I bought it. I had no interest in the white gold date 8 at the time. I just made a ridiculous offer and the guy took it. I laid the cash on the table. I think it was around $2,400 cash at the time. And the guy took it. It was a day date, hidden clasp bracelet, white gold. And I ended up selling it to a guy that I was actually working for at Capital Porsche Audi, John Winkler, who owned Capital Porsche Audi at the time. He bought it from me for a small profit. I think I made a couple $100 on it. I wore it for a little while and then I sold it to him. So yeah, I did pick up the BLNR on a Jubilee a few weeks ago. It's a great watch. Only way to make it better would be solid gold. Yeah. Yeah. See, here's the thing, but these people, they try to argue that no, steel's better. They actually with a straight face say no, if I had a choice between that gold stunner and a steel stunner, I would take the steel one. They actually try to argue that with a straight face. Okay, let me see if I can make this full screen. There we go. They actually try to argue that with a straight face, that they would rather have the steel one than that one right there. So, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is, folks. I don't know what's going on, if it's something in the water or whatever. Steel watches is for less fortunate, poor people. Back in the day, the people that bought the steel watch bought it because they couldn't afford the gold one. It was simple as that. Simple as that. Not complicated stuff here, folks. That was the deal. You bought when you got to the point where you could afford the gold watch, where you could justify the purchase, you went and you purchased the gold watch. You bought the steel one leading up to that. And then the people that bought the steel and gold watch, that was a total compromise situation. That was absolutely a compromise. That was like, telegraphing to everybody, oh, I like the gold, but I just couldn't go all the way. I couldn't get the all gold one. I had to buy the steel and gold, right? At least the person that buys like a stainless steel sub, at least they can try to make the argument that I wanted as rugged as possible and I'm using it as a tool watch or whatever. So I wanted the steel, which still isn't a good argument in today's day and age, because in today's day and age, they've got the ceramic sleeves and I think all the gold bracelets now. So you're not going to have stretch issues in those bracelets. So there's really no downside now to getting the gold piece. So yeah. Okay. I saw in person, it's a lot of gold, heavy statement piece. Okay. Gold GMT. Yeah. All of those sales were done in a back room upon appointment. The exhibition only cases were also full, and they even still had a discontinued Z Blue Milgauss in the case and said they couldn't sell it. Yeah, they're probably still picking and choosing who they're selling to, but I think a lot more people are starting to get the call. But this is just the beginning phase of this, okay? We have to go through the capitulation phase when the people that have the watches, the investors that have like a box full of steel watches, when they start to capitulate and they start to selling off, right? And a bunch of those watches start coming into the market, that's when we're going to see the real sea change in what's been going on. It's going to be a big change. Oh wow, you had a white gold day date too. How many day dates you had in your lifetime? I still loved watching your 10-year-old 18238 day date video again yesterday. I want to hear data stories. Okay, so I've told this on the channel before. My first day date was in 1803 with a conventional clasp. Let me pull up a photo here. Um, da, 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 da. 1803. Okay, so here's a photo of me wearing the day date. That was the 1803. Okay, and that has a conventional clasp. Let me see if I can get a picture that shows the clasp. Uh, whoops. Let me see here. I'm going to have to zoom in on this. Give me a second here. All right, here, yes, you'll be able to see this. Okay, so this is a zoom in on a picture at the Potomac Polo Club. And that is the clasp. You can see it's a conventional clasp. It's not the hidden clasp bracelet. So that was my first day date that I bought. I was about 20 years old when I got it. And yeah, so that was the first one. Then I believe I bought the white gold one. I believe I still had that one, or I may have sold that one. I don't remember the timing on this, but I bought the white gold one. I got rid of the 1803. And then I got, I believe, another 1803 after I sold the white one that had a hidden clasp bracelet. And I think it was an 1803, or it may have been a different model. I don't know if there a different model between the 1803 and the 18238. Was there an interim model in between there? Because I had another one and I had that for a while. And then when I got rid of that one, that's when I got the 18238. And that would be in the year 2000 that I got the 18238. Okay. So that's the day dates I had. I had a 1803 with a conventional clasp. I had, maybe it was an 1803. I'm not sure about the model. And the second one that was well, first I had the white gold one that had a hidden clasp bracelet. And then I had another day date with a hidden clasp bracelet. Then I got rid of that. Then in 2000, I got the 18238 that I bought new from the AD. Okay. The other watches had been pre-owned watches, except for the white gold one. The white gold one was like a new old stock. The dealer had it in his window for a while, couldn't sell it, and so I got a real good deal on that. It was technically a brand new watch, but it had been in his window for like 2 years. Okay. Okay, here, Durr in the house. Craig, who bought your last day date? Could you get it back from him? You should have never sold that watch and got LASIK surgery instead. You could read the doll. Um, I don't think LASIK helps for the reading part. I think you're wrong on that. Yeah, that's not the way that works. LASIK is for distance. See, the muscle, there's a muscle in your eyeball that focuses on things close. And what happens is that muscle gets weaker and can't do the focusing on things that are close. And so that's why as you get older, you typically eventually are going to need reading glasses. Now there is a surgery that they can do, I think, that kind of gives you kind of like bifocals almost. There was a friend of mine down in Florida that had something done where he said after his surgery, he was like 65 years old at the time, he was able to see close and far, but it was a special kind of thing that is not real common. And eventually I might have that done. When I need to have cataracts, that's when you do it. That's when you have that whole deal done. That's what he did. He had the whole deal done. It's almost like installing new eyeballs. But no, I wouldn't want the 18238 back anyway. If I was going to get another day date or another all gold Rolex, it's going to have the ceramic sleeves in the bracelet. I would definitely want those. The new gold, mine was in good shape. Don't get me wrong when I sold it, but if I'd have worn it like another 20 years, it would have probably started getting, some space there. So in the next watch that I get, I want to plan on wearing 20 years. I've got maybe 20 years left, right? And so, yeah, I want to be able to wear it the whole time and not have to worry about any bracelet stretch. The new gold GMT actually has 2 ceramic sleeves per link, one for each side of the Jubilee bracelet. Yeah, I mean, is it your impression, Lost Spring Bar, that will solve the stretching problem? Do you think the problem has been solved on both those and the day dates? What is your professional opinion? Patel Philippe Craig, I've been speaking to Durr and he has finally seen the light. Expect him to put on his finest 3-piece suit and head to Little Treasury for his next GS purchase. Oh boy. Let's see. When I hear Day Date talk, I have to take a break from Pizza Oven to hear all the news. Who is this that bought a Day Date? I heard a rumor that Durr bought another one. That's what I heard. I heard he sold some of his steel pieces and bought another Day Date. I think he already has one. I think he bought a new Day Date. That's the rumor that I heard. I heard he's going to unveil it at the event. I wish I had a 3-piece suit, only a 2-piece, but we'll be getting a 3-piece for the Tag Hero Boutique grand opening, much higher level than GS. Could be 18039 white gold. Okay. Could you perform surgery with the switchblade to correct the vision? Don't forget to take the condoms off the blade, though. No one needs a rubber in the eye. Good point. Very good point. Yep, the bracelet is very solid. I wouldn't expect any stretch with the new ceramic sleeves. Lost Spring Bar in the house. On that note, we're going to wrap this up. We're going to wrap it up. Spread the word about the event. Let me bring this up again here. Okay. Please spread the word about the event. They go to littletreasury.com, click on events, click on that event, and RSVP. Don't dilly-dally on this, folks. This is, less than a month away. Less than a month. And so get your hotel rooms squared away and RSVP to the Stevester. And we will see you then. It's going to be a really big event. Going to be a really big event. Thanks again, everybody, for commenting and participating, and have a good time. We will be live next Friday. Put it on your calendar. Be there or be square. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be a really big event.